So I started playing football officially, my first real game of playing. I was 8 years old, and that was playing with the Cub Scouts.
So I go to soccer since I was like 2 years old. My dad has a Sunday league team, so you just bring me to the field with him. So I'm in soccer since I'm like 2, 3 years. Since I remember walking, I was kicking a ball.
Fortunately, I was deemed to be good. You know, I worked hard. My father put a lot of time into doing things with me and encouraging me to get better.
My first professional experience, I was like 19 years old, and it was my hometown club. And everybody on the team went to high school with me.
I mean, basically 90% of boys, 95% of boys back in the UK, that's their dream. They want to play professional football. So obviously it was my dream. And
they had like a friendly game. It was my first pro game. I think it was 1994.
Leaving school, I had a number of choices that I could choose from, and I chose to play for a club called Nottingham Forest, who 5 years prior to me joining them out of school in 1985, they were back-to-back European champions.
My last season game was in, I remember the game was, we lost 2-1 that game. But I thought like, it was not something that I had planned.
The game starts, you know, we're 12 minutes in, you know, a ball bounces into me, and I just go to play a ball forward, a little pass forward with my leg up in the air and a volley, and someone comes running into me and snaps my knee back. I was desperate to stay out there. So I thought I could run it off, but that became apparent that I couldn't. And I was hobbling around. As I planted, it just gave way. I ended up almost lying on my leg. It'll live with me forever. January 12th, 1993.
At that time, I had a lot of stuff going in my mind, like, okay, I'm old. I got to get something done. I got something done, you know, like, because soccer is a really short career. If you don't make enough money between 21 to 32, pretty much that means like your life after that is going to be miserable. I
found it difficult to know what I wanted to do. I felt like I didn't want to be around the game because of what happened. I missed the game. I realized after a couple of years. My father at the time was coaching for a Scottish Premiership club, and he managed to persuade me to come along and help him. And it's great to see, particularly young kids, the enthusiasm that they have and the joy when they're running around and playing, and how quickly they pick up skills.
I was in a park kicking a ball. Then a guy approached me, right? Like, hey, do you play soccer? I was like, yeah, I play soccer. Do you coach? Yeah, I can coach. Oh, do you want a job? And he came back to MVLA and said, do you want to help me on the team over there? I pretty much, for 6 years, just coached like bronze level, silver level, you know, like low level teams. And I think it was a good experience for me to help, like how to learn with the kids, because it's one thing, like, you know, like for a lower level kid soccer, your goals are totally different than a high level soccer. Just like.
And worked with Sunderland in the English Premier League and their youth academy program. So that was an important position to hold, and I got a lot of learning out of that one.
I think the most rewarding experience I have was coaching my MVLA team, the 2000-2001 team, the Vipers team, because I had them since they're like 8-9 years old. I coached them all the way to 15. Right? Just for me, I think it was like see them growing and see them becoming like better citizens, you know, like knowing the stuff, knowing they're doing, you know, like, and like I brought them to Brazil on a trip. I think it was like remarkable for them. I think they're never gonna forget that because of experience, right? I think that team, I think I always have on me as my boys, always gonna be my boys. They're gonna be 30, 35, 40 years old. I'm gonna see them like my boys, my players. They knew me a lot and I knew them a lot. So just like by eye contact, they knew it. It's like what I was expecting from them and what they should do it. They messed up on some play in the game. They look at me, I just look at them. They knew I don't have to say a word. So the message was there, all this camaraderie, just like this bonding was there, you know, like was, I think that was the thing that I miss the most right now is coaching them.
Rafa was probably my favorite coach as a player because he really taught me like the mental aspect of the game. He really brought me up as a player, and he taught me how to be tough on and off the field. And when I got Terry about 2 years ago, he installed the same work ethic, working hard, just doing everything for your team to be successful, and that's probably the reason why I kept playing.
You know, the loss of, you know, people wanting to know you and talk to you all the time and signing autographs. You're not quite that person, you know. You're not in their eyes as much. Like, so what do? You're adored by thousands of people, and then suddenly you no longer have that adoration. No one remembers me now.